I would say do your research. Pentagram is a very different model to a lot of other agencies. So Pentagram you can think of as a roof, and then every partner is like a business inside that as well. So if there is a project, or you're as a student connecting with projects that we are doing, find out who did that. It says it on the website, and you can find all the credits behind it, and you know who worked on what. And you might actually connect and go, oh, hold on, all of these projects that I connect to, my work connects with this is something that I want to do. It's all coming from this partner. And it's like, oh, okay, if it's coming from that partner, then at least you know who you need to contact. So even if you're sending an email through or anything like that, saying, I really like this project, it's going to get a much better response than I want to work at Pentagram. Yes. So Natalia, who's won, she graduated not this year, last year from Glasgow. And then, so she graduated from Glasgow, and then we recruited her straight from graduating, basically.
So you do that sometimes, right? So.
I think you've obviously got to have a good foundation, so that we can look at your portfolio and see if you are connecting with the work that we are doing. If we can identify that in terms of, okay, you've got a good baseline. However, I can teach you graphic design, I can't teach you empathy.
Okay.
So it's better to have empathy than it is to have skill set in terms of graphic design. So got to be open-minded, you've got to have that so that you can work with the rest of the team. Even if someone is designing something for a project and it gets selected by a client, your route, you can say it's your route, you've done the logo. If I need extra resource, or someone else needs to work on it and you're no longer touching that, it's not yours, it's the team's, and it's essentially the client's. We're doing a service for the client, it's their logo. So removing your ego makes it a lot easier for everyone else involved. So it's hard to summarise because it's quite broad, but I graduated, as I mentioned, I wasn't overly pleased with how I graduated. I did a few internships. I was, I suppose, applying for junior positions, full-time junior positions, and I wasn't getting them. I was getting a few internships, I wasn't getting all of those either. I was doing so many internships that it got to a point where I'm going to start, or I felt very conscious or self-conscious about it appearing that all I'm doing is internships and I'm unemployable. That made me change my mindset and flip it and go, I'm going to be a junior freelance designer. And as soon as I did that, I managed to triple my day rate.
Wow.
And it's ridiculous. It's stupid and absolutely ridiculous, the format that works. But then that forced me down a path of, well, I was a freelance designer. I've worked at between 10 and 15 studios before coming here. And I've done a very eclectic mix. Some of those were half a day at places like IDEO, to over a year at studios like Moving Brands. So it was a very vast and different eclectic mix of different studios working along with. But yeah, I ended up in Pentagram. This is all how you can see that the whole industry is well connected. Marina, I used to work with Marina's husband, who now runs a studio. I met him just socially, him, Marina, and they've got twins for brunch. Stewie, Marina's husband, was doing a talk, so I was just there supporting and just saying hi and catching up. Then when Jodie and Luke joined Pentagram, Marina put me in touch with Luke. He said, here's a freelance designer, contact him. So I had a coffee with Luke, got on very well, ended up just freelancing with Jodie and Luke, and that rolled on. Work dried up a little bit, so I went to another studio, but then came back with Jodie and Luke, and then work dried up again, so they moved me to Dom Lipper, it's another team at Pentagram. Then the project finished on Dom's team, so then I went to Angus Highland, another team at Pentagram. Then Angus passed me on to Daniel Weil, who's an industrial designer here at Pentagram. And then Marina finally took me on at on her team. So it's not many people get to work with different teams in Pentagram, so that was quite unique as well.